What's up, guys? Chandler and Grant is in person this week. He's home. Yeah. We just got done with Big T's graduation. Remember Big T?
Oh, yeah. We wanted to have him on this week, but it didn't happen.
Our large, cuddly friend.
Yes.
And Grant's only here for like 3 days, so we were thinking like just how many little antics we can get into while he's home.
Oh, yeah.
So what we decided to do at the graduation was they were giving away complimentary water bottles, like small little water bottles, and there was like hundreds of them, and they weren't being used. So we thought we could harmlessly, make sure that those water bottles get used. So Grant and I walked around the commencement, and just when we saw a water bottle, we got it. So every time I was thirsty, I got a water bottle, and we put it in the backpack. Yeah, so some might say this is like wrong. I think it's pretty harmless personally.
Yeah. I think it's free advertising.
Yeah, DC class of 2018. So big shout out to Tyler for
doing what's expected of him.
Taking the lowest bar in education and completing it. But what's exciting is that, I don't know if the viewers know this, that there's one more brother in the family.
Yeah, there is.
Actually. Our older brother Philip just turned 27.
Yeah, it's his birthday today.
He just turned 27 June 1st, so say happy birthday Philip in the comments, obviously.
Happy birthday, Phil.
He's our oldest brother, and he doesn't do magic, but he's a real homie.
But he's awesome.
So what we're doing actually is, as a family, we're going to the beach to hang out for his birthday, celebrate his birthday. We're going to Ocean City, New Jersey. So on the off chance if any of you guys are listening to this from Ocean City, New Jersey, come find us on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
On Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, this will be going live Saturday too. And
so maybe Sunday morning.
Yeah. So
you want water?
Saturday after night. I opened up one already, but I'm not sure which one I did, because 2 of these are open. That means you drank one of them before at the ceremony. We got into a few other shenanigans at the ceremony.
Yeah.
My personal favorite was there's obviously a ton of graduated seniors walking around with a bunch of people who think they know them.
That is so
So what me and Sharon decided to do, I go to the chair, I'm like, Sharon, do you want to just go around to random seniors and just tell them congratulations, we've been rooting for you throughout this whole time, like it's crazy to see you again, and we're so proud of you, stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, you know what that reminded me of? So guys, when I was a freshman at college, Grant, obviously my whole family came in to move me in to college, and what Grant did is he walked around to all the new students. So Grant's 2 years older than me, obviously.
Yeah.
So Grant, I'm moving into college, freshman year, and Grant walked around to all the new students and introduced himself as the RA to all of these students and walked around for the next, because my family was there for like 2 or 3 days.
I had like a good half an hour conversation with this one kid's family.
Yeah, about how you're really excited.
Yeah, just like talking to his family, like, yeah, I'm really excited to have him on the
worst
floor.
Though is that I was obviously living on that floor that Grant was trying to be the RA on, and when you first meet, I don't think me and Grant look alike. You guys should comment down below if you think we look alike. I mean, obviously we look related, but I don't think it's like where you can mix us up, right?
Yeah.
But people were taking me aside like I was the RA for like the next 2 weeks of school because they thought I was you. So.
Dude, I just had like this half an hour long conversation with this guy's parents, just like talking about college. Like they asked me if there anything that they thought they should get for him at Walmart, and I was giving like actual credible advice, and just like like what you want is just like storage.
Sometimes you guys just gotta have fun. You know how people say I'm bored? And who gets bored? Boring people.
Oh god.
For example, well, this is not a good example of being bored actually. At Tyler's graduation, Big T's graduation, we all hopped on our phones and started playing Fortnite Mobile during the speech. And we came in second place and third place a few times. It's really hard to play when you have no sound. But I do have to give a big shout out, because I know he listens to the podcast. My man Israel, his name is Israel, the guy who joined us.
Yeah.
So we're playing duos, Fortnite Mobile, in graduation. And then we come out of the game, and there's 2 people sitting in there. It's my boy Israel who listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, we're on mobile. We can't talk. And he took us to second place in Fortnite.
Dude.
So we took a boring situation and made it fun. Yes, were people judging us?
Yes.
100%. Do I care?
There were people behind us, and there was a point in time where we had to like stand up to this, like.
It was a prayer. So it wasn't a prayer. It was a hymn.
Yeah, it was singing of some type.
Yeah, we had to stand up.
So we stand up and we had to put our phones down. And Sharon turns to the guy behind us and says, "Tap me on the shoulder if someone's shooting at me."
Yep. I put the box. I turtled myself in for those who get to play Fortnite. I built around myself, and I was like, all right, I gotta sing. So I told the guy behind me, like, if I'm getting shot at,
there was one fantastic moment where I had left.
Yeah, Grant. Oh my gosh.
I was turtled in. I went and left, and because I was taking pictures of Tyler, and so then I come back and I grab my phone and I see that Sharon's down.
Yeah,
so I grab my phone, I run over, knock one of the guys, and start rezzing Chandler. And like me and Sharon cannot communicate in this situation. Like we're in the middle of it. People are going on. People are making their valedictorian addresses. And like, so I'm grabbing my phone and just like, I got you! And res them back up. And we were good. And then we went on to third place, I believe, right?
This podcast is so low budget. And we have hundreds of... Our heads were kind of cut off to hear the whole time.
Nice.
But it's lit. Hey, and all that matters is... I can just picture going through it now when we were like, do we resemble each other?
It's just like our next below.
For the audio listeners, I guess we didn't... we did explain. So, all right. Basically what we're saying is at the commencement, super boring, but we are not boring people. So we got there.
We were having fun.
We played Fortnite Mobile during the commencement, and then we went and pretended like we knew people.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, guys, if you ever are afraid, like that's honestly a tip I would give to anyone, especially with Magic, who's afraid of like talking with people. You go to a situation where you're never going to see those people again.
Exactly.
And you have complete freedom over who you can be and what you want to say. Like, me and Graham were just having fun tonight. Some people might think it was embarrassing. Random kids who we do not know or never met, and we have never met, we're just walking up to them saying, hey man, congratulations, I've been pulling for you the whole time since kindergarten. Like, great work. And they look at you all confused like...
And one thing that I was doing, that I had a lot of fun doing, was cheering for other people who I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, when they call your name at graduations and they're like, everyone hold your applause to the end.
The very first kid, people were just like, yeah,
Tyler! We were so loud. I barked.
But Tyler was like 3/4 of the way through, so I was like, you know what, I need to practice. I need to get ready for this.
I need to warm up the vocal cords.
So just like random kids, and if there ever was a kid who like didn't have very many people cheer for him, I was like, you go!
I was pulling for him the whole time.
I was.
Yeah, so we did that, and then it was actually your idea. It was Grant's idea to go around and talk to people and congratulate them. It was my idea when I saw all these water bottles. I was like...
And Chandler loves water.
I love water. These are going to go to waste. I actually had a great moment with my girlfriend, Alexa.
I bring that thing everywhere.
So my girlfriend was with us at commencement, right? Alexa, the autonomous,
It's kind of weird.
It's an inside joke, sorry. So I went and got a water for myself and my girlfriend during the commencement, and we came back, and I took it, and I looked at her, and I opened it up, and started, because these are so small, they're like shot glasses. Not that we condone alcohol. I've never tasted alcohol in my entire life, right? And I chug it, and she takes it, and we had like a chug off in commencement.
That thing's water sealed?
Oh my gosh. And it was pretty funny. I almost like spit up my water because, it was funny. You know what all the water bottle does remind me of, though?
What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of last week. Why are we doing this? It reminds me of last week. There were some requests for the water bottle laxative story.
Oh, yes.
Which
you need to tell that. That's a fantastic
I do need to
story.
tell that really quick. So, guys.
You knocked the table, Chandler!
Tilted Towers. So.
Oh, that was great. When we
Tilted Towers of Pisa?
No, when we went to... We went to the skydiving place.
That also, I went indoor skydiving today.
You did?
Grant was too big to go. Get this, guys. So we went indoor skydiving, and the height cutoff was 6'10". Grant's 6'11", I'm 6'9", so I got to go indoor skydiving. He didn't. Yeah, you may have seen it on our Instagram story. Maybe not.
Happened to me.
But honestly, lots and lots of fun. And I guess if you had laxatives before going on the indoor skydiving, you would have had trouble. So... The audio listeners are having a great time.
All right. So, laxative water bottle story.
Okay,
We've been
guys.
building up to this for a while.
All right. So, the water bottle laxative story. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure all of you out there have had to have laxatives at some point in your life, okay? Sometimes you just need to take some laxatives. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm not trying to make this inappropriate, but sometimes it's not coming out. And no one likes being constipated. You gotta have some laxatives. Clear out your system.
Some people might enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe some people like it. Anyway, I am in my freshman year at college, the same year when Grant introduced himself as RA.
Just trying to ruin his
And one
life.
of my favorite things to do as a freshman in college was to go play beach volleyball. My college had a beach volleyball court, like multiple ones in a row, and it was like the warm weather, so it would get nice outside at night. That's repetitive. At night, it was nice outside. Like, it was still that warm air, you know what I mean? So what you could do is you could go play beach volleyball with all your friends.
True.
Now, there was a girl in one of my Bible classes at Liberty University, right? And she was really tall. So we sat next to each other in class, and she was like, "Hey, do you play volleyball?" I was like, "Yes."
You know I'm playing volleyball.
Now, here's the thing. I'm actually being completely serious when I'm saying that my interest in this girl was the fact that I get to go play more volleyball. If a girl plays volleyball, I'm into it. I love playing volleyball that much. I love volleyball. It's like basketball, but...
It's incredible because Alexa can't set for anything. Oh my gosh. No hands.
So, this girl's like, all right, we're going to go play beach volleyball tonight, okay? I really don't have a romantic interest in this girl. She's a great hitter, though. Like, she can hit a volleyball well. I'm not really digging it. That's a great pun. I'm not really digging it, but... I want to go play volleyball. And she said she had a whole squad of friends to play volleyball. So I'm like, freshman year, new people, new friends, volleyball. Now, for some reason, that day, I guess I was feeling a little backed up, had to pour a little Miralax in a water bottle. And I was like, I'm going to drink this while I'm at volleyball, right? So I go to the volleyball course. We're playing, having a great time. I'm a freak beast at volleyball. I know it's a little narcissistic, a little egocentric. But
honestly, being humble with describing yourself as a freak beast.
I have
like a more accurate representation.
You know, it's a whole nother story. I actually have broken someone's hand and wrist playing volleyball before because I spiked it into their hand that hard. I rip the volleyball.
Him saying he's a freak beast at volleyball is an understatement. It is being humble, even though it sounds narcissistic.
Boom! My form is
just saying.
I love volleyball so much. It's so much fun to spike on people. Anyway, so we're playing volleyball. This girl's getting a little flirty when we're playing volleyball, right? So we're like passing the ball back and forth. She passes me. She sets me for a spike. I spike it. We score. She comes over, gives me a high five. Kind of holds my hand a little bit, shakes it, like gives me a little flirty thing, and I'm like, "Good, it's a great set." So we're having a great time playing some volleyball. And playing some volleyball. As the night goes on, we're winning. It's like king of the court. So if you keep winning, you keep going on. You keep staying on, right? So we're on the court, winning a lot, and then we take a break. Ooh, there's a beetle on the ground. We're in the basement. There's a beetle on the ground. Anyway, so we're playing and we take a water break, right? There's a water fountain and this girl didn't bring a water bottle, okay?
That's unfortunate.
So obviously she could walk 50 feet towards the water fountain, or this is what happened. I have my water bottle that is filled with a full serving of Miralax because I was feeling a little constipated, okay? I'm just being straightforward with you guys. And it was basically the entire water bottle was full. Like, it wasn't empty. It looked brand new. And if you guys know laxatives, you can't tell when they're in the water, right? They become completely clear, especially after they sat there for a while. Yeah. So I start drinking from the water, and she stops me. So I like stop, and I barely drink any of it. And she's like, "Can I have some of that?" And I said, "Ew, no, girls have cooties." And that is actually what I said. Yes, was I joking? I was. But I also didn't want this girl to drink from my water, mainly from the fact that it has laxatives in it, okay? And honestly, like, I had no romantic interest in this girl, but you also don't want to like lead off with, yeah, this has laxatives in it, so you don't want to drink from it, right? So I'm in the phase of like, I don't really want to tell this girl there's laxatives in it, but how else am I going to say don't drink it? So I was like, no, you can't drink my water. She's like, oh, really? And starts being flirty. She's like, are you afraid that I might get my lips on it? And I was like, yes, I am. She's like joking around. Right? And I'm like, no, you seriously can't have it. And I start to go drink it again. I bring it up to drink it. And she snatches it out of my hand, spills a little bit of water on my face with laxatives, proceeds to look me in the eyes, and goes like this. We don't have a full water bottle. She takes this water bottle.
Take this thing.
And while making... All right. I have to do it for... All right, if you are listening audio, you have to you have to watch the video for this. This girl takes the water bottle.
Another!
Looks at me and goes, "So you'd care if I..."
just licks the
and
lid.
Starts licking the lid like making eye contact with me. I'm like, this is happening. This is happening. And I'm trying to hold a straight face too. Because she's like, and she looks at me and goes, I'll drink your water anytime you want.
Liberty University.
So, I mean, that's the story. There really isn't much to it. We played volleyball the rest of the night, and the next day, we had our Bible class together, and we sat next to each other. And she wasn't in class the next day, and I texted her like, "Where are you at?" And she said, "I'm sorry, I'm really not feeling good. Everything came through me." And that's the story. Now, what honestly tops the story off, at least for me, I mean, this isn't really, but if you guys ever heard of Yik Yak, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. It was like an anonymous social media that existed like 2 years ago. It's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, but because people started making bomb threats on it.
That's unfortunate. So basically, that sucks.
That's what happened at Messiah.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you know what Yik Yak is, I basically told the story on Yik Yak, and it got like on the front page of Yik Yak with like over 1,000 upvotes. It's great stuff. So that is the water bottle laxative story. I had laxative in my water bottle, and I didn't want a girl to drink it, and she very flirtatiously chugged the entire thing right in front of me without knowing it was filled with laxatives.
And Chandler's sitting there going like, "No, I know it."
I'm not going to say it.
I know you're not going to have a good time tonight.
It was one of those things. Well, it's great that I can tell this on the podcast because in that moment, all I want to do was like tell someone what was happening because it was that funny to me. And I told my roommate when I got back, and he was like, "I guess she was pretty full of
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
She's not backed up anymore.
Man, it's crazy. So I guess the moral of this story is if someone tells you not to do something, they might have a good reason for that.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So man,
that's the story. Hope you guys enjoyed.
That's
now.
I'm gonna check the time real quick.
Oh, I have the timer right here.
Oh, you do?
There's 10 minutes left.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, guys. My camera records in 30-minute chunks, and it doesn't have a flip-out LCD, so we don't know if we've if we don't want it to stop recording and us not know. Anyway, what we have planned for this weekend is since we're going to the beach, obviously going to have some fun in the sun. You know, girls just want to have fun. But exactly. I was thinking,
girls just want to have sun.
Since me and Grant are rarely together anymore, what we're going to do is we're just going to, without a plan, go out into the boardwalk, do some street magic, and record it. And make that into a YouTube video. But not like we're just going to go out and do magic.
Or we can be YouTube pranksters. This is a great idea. We can just fill water bottles with laxatives and just hand them out on the beach.
No, that's literally poisoning people. You can get in trouble for that.
I know, that's a joke. There was a story where some YouTuber did that.
No. What it was? No. What they did is they took you know how seagulls at the beach go and eat the food all the time? They put laxatives, they baked them into the French fries.
Oh, yeah.
And then had the seagulls devour this pile of French fries, and the seagulls were just raining poop on people.
That's not the one I was thinking of. There was a YouTuber who took the middles out of Oreos and filled it with toothpaste. And then went and asked homeless people if they wanted an Oreo.
Oh, that's messed up, dude.
It's some. And he got in jail for
Was it Jake Paul?
No,
it
was some British nerd. But the funny part is that he actually went to jail for it.
Good for him.
Fantastic.
Good for him.
So,
can you imagine walking into jail and there's someone there who's like, "Yo, what are you in for?" He's like, "I've taken a human being's life. I have committed murder." And he's like, "Yeah, I forced homeless people to eat toothpaste."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh,
I didn't watch the videos.
I'm going to have to kill you now."
I don't like to give that type of stuff any views.
Yeah.
Because, what happens to that type of stuff is that it gets people reaction, but that's terrible. I want to see it to,
right.
see how terrible it is, and it gets millions of views.
I need to see this.
And so, I refuse to, but I heard that,
no one can look away from a car wreck.
Yeah, because, the people say, the dudes were hungry, and they just, ate it and didn't care.
Oh, that's really sad,
just messed up.
Jeez.
But, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the beach and we're gonna do. You want to tell your Target story?
I will after the break.
Okay, after the break, we got a Target story coming up. Then we can go over some memes. I guess this will be a weird podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, just to let you know, we were at Tyler's graduation today, and we got home at 10:30, 11. Does that sound right?
Right now.
And now it's 1:35 a.m. and we're headed to the beach tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we're leaving
with the whole family, and we're leaving early in the morning. But we were like, you know what? We got to podcast this up right now. So after it's over, we're actually gonna edit this podcast on the drive to the beach and then upload it from the hotel.
Yeah, should be good. So it's been a weird week, but we're still getting you guys on the podcast.
We should record a podcast late night at the beach.
We should.
What if we got in a lifeguard stand on the beach? That'd be weird. Never mind. No,
we should just sit on the boardwalk, record a podcast, and invite random people.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I wonder if the audio quality would be okay. What do you guys think?
I mean, if we got a windsock on it, we'd be fine.
Podcast on the beach?
Yeah, let's do it.
We could do it after we do the magic.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
right, sick. But yeah, so we're going to have a good time. I don't have any idea what tricks I'm going to perform, but we'll just wing it. And
I have some ideas.
I know you do.
I always
Sharon's, out of this business partnership, Sharon's very much the planner. I like to do things as last minute as possible.
Like this podcast. But it was my idea to do it last minute too.
Yeah. I actually wanted to do it this morning. But
did you?
I did, but I never said anything because I just forgot.
Okay, I was like, dang, I don't remember that at all.
No, I thought about it. I'm like, we should do it this morning. Then I just like, I'm going to get back to sleep. So I wanted to, but I just never acted upon it.
Tell your Target story in 6 minutes, 48 seconds.
All right.
While you do that, I'm going to look at comments on last week's video.
I like it. So, for a year after I graduated college, I worked at Target.
Nothing wrong with working at Target, guys. Pays well.
It did. Actually, working at Target didn't pay the best. It was like a little bit above minimum wage.
Oh.
But I worked at Target for probably around 5 months-ish, something around that. But then, just because I was a phenomenal employee, the company that comes into Target and staffs people to like sell cell phones, digital entertainment packages, and give all around like tech advice and stuff like that, was like, yo, we want you. You know what you're talking about and you're good. Which normally like it's very bad practice to like try to steal an employee from other people. But like they specifically talked to my store like, we want him, and they're like, yeah, we're cool. So they made a special exception for me. Work hard, play hard. And so, let's see, make any sense. So, I went and got to the staffing center, and I'd already worked at Target, so I knew the ins and outs of it. I was friends with the people at the store, so I was like set. I worked hard. I like did a lot of stuff. I made the place a lot better, and so I was just very passionate about trying to make things the best they were. And like coming out of school, where I did a lot of graphic design and a lot of stuff like that, it was around Black Friday, and Target gave us these terrible like information packets. It was like stuff that we're supposed to hand out to people. It's like, here's the information that you will need to bring on Black Friday so that we can get you your phone in a reasonable amount of time, because they're having like a sale where if you bought an iPhone, you get a $250 gift card or something like that. It's crazy. And so a lot of people were going to be there. We wanted people to actually, I know we did that. We wanted people to be able to get in and out quickly as possible. And so first off, the thing they sent us had wrong information. And so they're going to have to do a second one. And second off, it was just ugly. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own.
Pimp my flyer.
Exactly. So I went and made my own flyer. It was an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, split into two, double-sided. It was baller. Straight baller. It looked good. And so I was handing them out in my store. And in my group chat with all my other coworkers who were at different stores, I was like, hey, I made this. You guys can feel free to use it if you want. I'm like, oh, wow, that looks really good. I'm going to print it out and use it at my store. And a lot of people did. So I didn't think anything of it. Just went on minding my own business. I printed out a bunch of these and we're handing them out to guests and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, when my coworker called, she's not my coworker, she was my boss. She calls me and says, do you know where you got these flyers from? I'm like, yeah, I made them. She's like, you can't use them. Get rid of every single one you have. I was like, the heck, why? She's like, just get rid of them. We'll talk about it in a conference call later this afternoon. And so, get on a conference call later in the afternoon with all my coworkers and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, so like these flyers, apparently like a bunch of other stores started to use them and they got mistaken for like the legitimate Target ones. And so like people who were like the heads of stores at Targets were telling their Target tech people, use these flyers, these are the new ones, you should be using these, because they're that good that they assume that they came from Target themselves.
So you're a forger.
Exactly. But no, like not even a forger. Not even a forger. It's like I took the Declaration of Independence and made.
You turned it over and put lemon juice on it and found the secret map.
I guess so, but more so just made it better. I put like maybe some serifs and like some curly cues on the ends of the letters. You know.
No.
Whatever. And so this document that I made had been spread apart and gone to different targets across the nation. So much so that it actually made its way to Target corporate. And they're like, where'd this come from? And blamed the company that I worked for. Like, why'd you guys make your own flyer when we were making one for you? That was not in our thing. This has not been passed by a legal department or anything like that. And got ticked at the company. Like, we have no idea where this came from. Well, you thought you guys made it.
And then they took Grant out back and had a old-fashioned Old West hanging. Put a noose around his neck and everything.
Yeah, but except I just was like...
Yeah, he Jack Sparrowed it.
Beef gang ripped it off and just beat everyone else up and just took control of the company. No. But, so, yeah. Pretty much my design was so good it caused a ruckus at Target corporate. And I have a picture saved somewhere of my design with a big do not use or something.
I remember that. It's like a big like confidential stamp. It kind of looks like one of those comments.
Yeah.
Like, do not use.
And so
this has been forged.
Yeah. And that's how I disturbed Target corporate, being my lowly store team leader.
Team leader?
I was the main person.
Sorry, I almost broke down the milliliter story because just looking at the water bottles. Yeah. I'm a complete idiot.
It's great though. I've already been. I'm hydrated off.
I'm talking about maturity in part 2.
All right. See you guys after the break, which will be 2 seconds. What's up, guys? Super long break here.
All right, here's the thing that I'm saying about maturity. I was looking at the water bottles and these antics we pulled off by. We stole about 25 cents. Like, these are worth such. Anyway, like, some people would call this immature. But if this is immature, then I want to be immature. Here's the thing. People confuse, like, being... I would say, like, being mature is being... How do I say it? Like, being responsible. There's, like, serious things to be mature about. And there's the people who are so, quote-unquote, mature that they can't have fun anymore. Yeah. That they, you know, like, the type of people where... If they're at a basketball game, they put the dance cam on them, or like the kiss cam or something. They're so serious and can't have fun. It's just like that's. I never want to be that old.
They're so serious, but like I should be having fun. I'm going to do the disco.
Where it's just like I think that was harmless fun to take the water bottles. I mean, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And they had so many. It was just so
They had already planned on them all being taken.
What's funny is I actually... Hey, Siri, set a timer for 25 minutes.
A timer is already running at 8 seconds. Would you like to replace it?
Change!
Yes.
For how long?
25 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 5 minutes.
Hey, Siri. Change that timer from 5 minutes to 25 minutes.
Your timer is set for 5 minutes.
One time at my school, they were, I don't know if I should even tell this story.
You should.
There was a basketball game, right? And the stadium sits 10,000 people. And they were giving out T-shirts. And they took these white T-shirts that said white out and draped all 10,000 chairs in the stadium with T-shirts, okay? So... Here's the thing, at the Liberty basketball games, there's maybe like an average attendance of 200.
Yeah.
So I knew I'm going to this game and I'm getting some T-shirts. So I go and I put a T-shirt on, right, in my seat with my friends, and then someone scored and I cheered. I was like, yeah! And I grabbed the one next to me, the shirt next to me, and put it on over top. And every time someone scored or like there was commotion, I would like reach out and grab one and put it on. And then I was like, and then my friends were cracking up and they started doing it too. And I remember I was like, hey guys, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I opened up my backpack and took a whole row and walked down and put 20 in my backpack. Okay, I cannot lie to you. I probably left the arena with 45 T-shirts. You have some of them.
I have one.
You know which ones I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly.
I came home with a backpack full of t-shirts, but I had given so many to my friends walking around school. I was like, "You guys want a t-shirt?" They're like, "Yeah, I didn't make it to the game." I was like, "Here you go." Like,
but see, that's what they were expecting it for.
They were wanting to give it to the students, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't sue me. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that is so harmless. I think if they found out I was doing that, I would have laughed because after I did that, guess how many extra t-shirts were left over? Probably about 6,000. Like, it was that empty. It was pretty funny. Yeah. That just made me think of the water bottles.
But at the same time, like, for stuff like this...
I don't know. You guys let me know if I'm being immature in the comments.
But for stuff like this, as long as we're not, like, taking stuff that people are going to be having afterwards.
Right. It's gonna
we're not dehydrating the rest of the place, you know?
Right.
Like, we did this mostly after, like, most people had gone through.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you were stealing t-shirts from people's seats that they're going to be staying at, that's a different story.
Right.
But that's stuff that people have already budgeted to lose. Like, they bought these water bottles for the purpose of that.
And they're building, honestly, those 10,000 t-shirts that's promotion, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, this is a sidetrack, but one of the things I want to do at the Rise Magic store is that I was going to tell you this. I want to take $10 and buy 500 Rise stickers.
Yeah.
And every deck that I ship out to someone, Rise sticker. YouTube.com/Rise Magic, because that's marketing. And what they do when they do those 10,000 t-shirts is they want there to be 10,000 Liberty t-shirts out there.
Yeah.
And all those t-shirts are still out there.
Yeah.
I gave all of them away to people. Mm-hmm. So I'm really just spreading the word.
Exactly. You're doing them a favor. Liberty, we are going to be sending an invoice to you for affiliate marketing.
Okay, so some of the comments that we saw on the on last week's podcast were really just talking about please tell the laxative.
C.S. Lewis quote.
Yeah, Jacob Mayfield is the freaking man, dude. He's one of the very few people who I've ever seen.
Is he the guy who has your
my face is his Instagram profile picture.
Does that trip me out when he followed me?
Yeah, it was my face. It tripped me out too. I was like, that's me. What?
Yeah.
I felt famous for like a half second.
If any of you are out there, your next profile picture, follow me. It'll boost my ego.
Yeah, it's happened to me twice in Grant and Zero.
I don't know, Chair's more attractive than me, so it's okay.
That's not true anymore.
I have a better personality.
So people were asking for the story time.
Anymore.
I was wondering if you caught that. Oh man, most people are just talking about the laxative story.
Yeah.
Good grief. All right, here's the thing.
Do you want another story? I have another story.
Should we just throw out the memes and have it be a storytelling podcast?
Because these are memes of stories.
Okay.
I nearly murdered my coworker once. How's that for clickbait? I nearly murdered my coworker once.
Okay.
So this is back when I was working at Chick-fil-A. I didn't murder him, so it's okay. But I worked as the cashier, and since it was a very small Chick-fil-A in the mall, I pretty much ran the whole front of the store. Like, bagging.
It was your domain.
Together. It was my domain. I was able to, like, I was so good, and like, I don't know if it's just about me, but I like to be good at my job. It happens.
Quality to have.
But like, I could close down the front of that store in 15 minutes. Most people would take like half an hour to 45.
You're talking like closing for the night, like
closing for the night, wiping everything down, mopping, cleaning everything, breaking down all the machines.
You can tell we're related. It's another story, but guys, lots of the jobs I had have been waiting tables, and I used to love when I got busy. Like, it was because it made the job a challenge where it's like, okay, I have 8 tables and I got to keep track of all of them. And the people would give me 8 tables and the other server would have 2.
Yeah.
And
and that's one thing that they made a change where we had to take everyone's name and like put it into the system so that we wouldn't mix up the orders or something like that. Mm-hmm. At the place we were at, like, I hated it because I'm very good with faces, but I'm terrible with names. Like, if I see someone's face, I will be able to recognize them from pretty much any point in the future. But names, I will call Chandler like Chet or something like that every now and then, you know?
High C.
Exactly.
My nickname.
But
girls are thirsty for the high C. It's a play on words. It's like the drink high C, and I'm high C because I'm tall. My name starts with a C, so I'm high C, and the girls are first thirsty for the high C. This is thirsty for me.
I'm trying to tell a story.
I was just a little. It was like your story's like this big tree, and I just chew off some branches every once in a while.
You're a weed.
I'll take it.
All right. So
weeds are very persistent plants. You cannot rid your garden of
weeds
them.
are but an unloved flower.
That is true.
And you're unloved.
Okay.
No. So,
all right, guys. I'll see you next week. Siri, I'm going to kill my... No.
Oh, gosh. Please
Guys,
don't.
Sorry I'm joking about that. That's like a meme to joke about that.
I know
Suicide
it is.
is no joke.
It really isn't.
No, I know.
But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be. Anyway, so I was able to clean out the front of the store in like 15 minutes, and a lot of that was like the store wasn't as busy at night, so I was able to do a lot of pre-closing, and like so I was able to clean stuff down. I was able to break things down, but still be able to functionally run the front of the store as long as we didn't have too many people, you know. And so I was in there. We closed at 9:30, I believe it was 9:30 or 10. And it was 1 minute before that. So I'm going to say we closed at 9:30. It was 9:29. I was at the front of the store, and the manager of the store came up to the front. We used to be coworkers, but I went away to college, and he stayed there, and so he got the promotion to manager, which I was cool with. I didn't really care all too deeply, but
clearly,
he had a chip on him.
5 years later, and you still remember it.
Well, that's not what I remember this about. But he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He wanted to be a great manager. And so he comes up there, and he's like, so how's the closing going to be tonight? I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm going to have a quick close. It's going to be great. And he wants the close to be quick, of course, because the less hours I'm on there, the better his like money that the store makes per hours worked by employees is. And that's what every manager wants. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be good. And so we're there where he's up there to close the front gate, the metal gate, you know. And so I'm just kind of waiting for that. And I see there's an escalator. Coming up the escalator, I see a flat-brimmed hat. I'm like, suspect.
The escalator.
Yeah.
Are those like those stairs that move automatically?
Exactly. So you're coming up there and you see like a flat brim hat, and then you make out the monster.
By the way, guys, if you're listening visually, if you're watching this, why did I say listening visually? Oh my gosh. Grant just lifted up his hand to do an escalator motion, and I flinched because he's hit me so many times forever growing up.
Anyway.
You'll be able to see it on the podcast. You're doing the elevator. I went...
That's slow. But, and so I see a flat brimmed hat, and I make out the monster logo. I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. And so it goes up a little bit more, and I see a bit of acne. I'm like, okay, I'm really not feeling good about this.
Why are you doing this to me right now?
Like, not your type, but like middle schooler acne, you know?
Hey, man, acne sucks.
It does.
You can't joke about that.
There's nothing wrong about it, but I could tell it was a middle schooler. And so I see this kid. He comes up looking like a little bit of a punk. Then I see another one behind him. And another one. Mm-hmm. Another one. And it's just like a whole, just like...
Horde of middle schoolers.
Horde of middle schoolers. Exactly. I'm just like...
Did you show them some magic?
They want milkshakes. And milkshakes are like the most time-consuming thing to make at Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. And I love the Chick-fil-A milkshakes. But they're time-consuming to make. And so I'm the only person up there. And there's probably about like 15 middle schoolers coming up. So I turn to my boss. I'm like, it's 9:30. We're closed. And he's like, no, it's not. It's 9:29. And I said, I've done all this pre-closing. I could be out of here in 15 minutes. It is 9:30. You are closing that gate. There's no way I'm going to stay here extra and serve these 15 kids. Like, we were about 10 seconds away from 9:30. I'm like, we're closed. Close that gate. And he's like, it's not 9:30. I'm like,
oh,
it is 9:30. Close that gate. And like, I'm just like and like looking at him, and the kid looks at me, looks out, looks at me again, turns and says, "Can I help the next guest?"
Oh.
I legitimately want to strangle that man.
So, next Monday's tutorial on Rise Magic's main channel, how to hide a body and get away with it for 4.5 years.
Anyway, so I could have been out there at 15 minutes and gone home, gotten a good sleep, and gotten to school on time the next day. Mm-hmm. Instead, actually no, it wasn't in high school, it was afterwards, so I don't know why I cared. But I wanted to go to bed and sleep. But instead, I was there from when I could have left at probably around 9:45. I left at 11:30.
Why 11:30?
Because like once we have a line, we have to like, you don't have to, but like you have to go through the line.
Oh, that really sucks.
It does.
I mean, that's what it was honestly like when I worked at a restaurant. Like if it closes at 10 and they come at 9:59, you have to serve them the whole meal.
Yeah, and so like
messed up.
They wanted milkshakes and they were like trying to like be cool and like you know, I'm gonna get a large fry as well, which we already like pretty much shut down the fryers, so we had to like restart everything and like dirty everything that already pre-closed.
Oh.
And so
when you say you almost killed him, You didn't actually do anything.
I like like when you're going through your mind and like your decision making process, there's a system of checks and balances like our government.
Yeah.
Like, is this a good idea? Yes. Risk, reward. Risk, going to jail. Reward, not having to serve these 20 kids. And it was just like that tilt, that like counter in my head was tilting very close to the just like,
not gonna lie, great story. Good story. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit clickbaity. I thought you were gonna like accidentally put like your coworker's hand in a garbage disposal and he'd get his whole arm sucked in up to his shoulder and you'd like pull him out.
I mean, I never forgave him. There was points in time where like I didn't actually do any physical harm, but just like little things around the store that like he's very, very particular about things being cleaned up and like put away.
So you passive aggressively assaulted his brain for the remainder of your tenure at Chick-fil-A.
And he was kind of having a fling with the like head of the store, and so like I kind of
Pam and Jim.
It was really weird though. It was like genuinely really weird.
So it was like Michael and
it was more like
Angela,
Dwight and Angela, yeah.
Dwight and Angela.
So like so the office was up the stairs and there was like this like break room and then their office. And so I was going up the stairs one night up to the office. Mm-hmm. And I hear like people getting up in a hurry. And then the girl comes out, meets me at the top of the stairs before I can go all the way up. And she's like, "What do you need?" And I'm like, "I'm just grabbing this." She's like, "Oh, I can grab it for you." I'm like, "I mean, I can grab it for myself." She's like, "No, I'll grab it for you." And like goes and like kind of like blocks me from going up. I'm like, "What are you hiding?"
I could tell you what they're hiding. Maybe when you're older.
I know. They were probably like trying to steal money or something like that.
See, sometimes when you're in a game of Monopoly, right, you can get really heated. You don't want any interruptions. They're probably playing some Monopoly. And the Monopoly can take a while, dude.
Dude, true.
A good game of Monopoly. Yo, you know what I always want to do? Make a board game channel.
True.
On YouTube. Where you just play board games. And
probably already exists, to be honest.
And have a blast doing it. So it's like, this week, we're playing Monopoly. And like, you got to have some characters like me, you, Tyler, playing Monopoly. And me being like, what the fudge?
Yeah. And you know what's a fantastic game that I really want to play?
What?
Clue.
Clue is the best board game of all time, hands down. Clue.
One of my friends Snapchatted me that they were playing Clue, and I was just like,
Clue?
I need to play some Clue.
Clue is so much fun.
And what's funny is such a mind game.
Me and Grant, for the longest time, whenever we played it against each other, we were both like, our strategy's so good. Our strategy's so good.
Same exact strategy.
And we had the same exact strategy the whole time. And we can talk about it. If you guys ever play Clue, basically what you do is you guess two of the cards that you already have.
Yeah.
And that way, if they don't have that third card, that's it.
The last time we played Clue, I did that. So I had like...
We figured it out at the same time. I think you got me by the turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so... But no, I got it before you. Seriously. And I went and guessed it.
Oh, and it was wrong. I do remember
it was wrong.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my fault. Because I had done the thing where I had my two cards that I knew I had, and then I made the third card my guess. And so that way, like, let's say in my hand I have the candlestick and the ballroom, you know? And so
3 in a row.
The candlestick, the ballroom.
4 in a row.
And, oh my gosh, this kid is such a child. Speaking of maturity.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess the candlestick, the ballroom, and like, let's say Mr. Green. And if no one has any objections, I know for a fact that it's Mr. Green is the killer. Right?
100%.
So I did that. And my cousin Emily, she didn't say anything. And so there's the last card I needed to know. Went and opened up the thing. Lo and behold, not Mr. Green. I was like, this is messed up because I know for sure that I guessed this and know like who was wrong.
And you were 100% wrong, and I knew it, and I won the game.
Well, because she didn't show me, she didn't have an objection when she had the card.
Sucks, man. You should have known that she had an objection.
I should have because she was on her phone Snapchatting and calling.
Unbelievable.
But
unbelievable. Can't trust these.
Because the twins watch it.
They'll enjoy it.
They will.
Anyway, what I was going to say, though, is we got to wrap this up soon, but I'll never forget one time I was playing Clue with one of my friends from college. And his girlfriend was playing. Let's just say, guys, his girlfriend wasn't the most intelligent person. And I've never laughed harder at her guesses. And I feel bad because she really didn't understand the game. But you know when like there's a point where everyone playing Clue first off, if you haven't played Clue and you don't understand this, go play Clue. Fantastic game. It's like a crime-solving game where you have to be a detective.
Amazing.
It's awesome. But there's like a point in the game where like everyone knows that like it's the candlestick. And everyone's guessing it. And she'd just be like, just say the most brain dead thing. She'd like go to the conservatory and be like, Colonel Mustard with the candlestick in the lounge. Like you're in the conservatory. And she's like, oh.
It's like, okay, Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the
lounge. She has said that a few times. She's like Professor Plum in the ballroom with the kitchen. I'm like, what? Dude, these ones are so much easier to flip and land.
Anyway, for our audio-only listeners, thank you for listening.
You know what? I really do wonder. I know there's like 1 or 2 audio listeners, but do we really care about them? Yes, please. 100%. Please. Shout out to the audio listeners.
We love you, and we cherish you.
You make me feel normal because when I listen to podcasts, I listen to the audio only.
Yeah.
Well, I like work out or
work out.
I haven't worked out in 2 months.
I can tell.
I know, so can I. It's really depressing.
You'll get back into it, don't worry.
I'll have to tell that story sometime on the podcast.
But dude, you put on, like, the crazy thing about you is that you put on muscle like that. Like,
you know what? I think
this has happened to you before, and you're like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight. I'm like,
I've been holding it in, this story, but I think I gotta tell for the podcast people eventually.
Yeah.
And a story time, guys. I have lost 30 pounds this year.
Still got that massive tricep definition though.
Yeah, I've lost 30 pounds. But in years past, I've lost 70 pounds, 80 pounds, 90 pounds, 3 years in a row.
And it's
last year I lost 65 pounds and put it all back on and got jacked again.
It's not rubber band dieting or anything.
No, I have a severe disease that has almost killed me multiple times. But I don't tell YouTube because that'd be weird.
Yeah.
But I think when you watch YouTube videos, sometimes you can tell me that I'm like gaining weight and losing weight and gaining weight. Maybe it's just me. Probably it's just me.
Your body dysmorphia, so probably it's you.
But yeah,
I've been starting to feel that a little bit.
My healthy weight is 230. Now I'm about 200. But one time I was 240. One point I was 6'8", 140.
Yeah.
Which I looked like a skeleton. I was about to die. So that's a fun story. Maybe you guys will hear it someday, but maybe not next week.
Probably not next week.
No, maybe not ever. Maybe I just teased it. Maybe you guys just know now that Chandler Henry of Rise Magic has a life-threatening illness that has affected him for 6 years.
We have no idea what it really is.
You're never going to know what it is. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Part of the reason why we started YouTube, actually. It actually is the sole reason why we started YouTube.
Yeah, true. Because you were just in bed and you're like, I want to do something other than playing TF2 because it's boring for me because I'm just so good at it.
Actually, that is why.
I'm not kidding. You would just be like, you know what? I'm going to go on a server and I'm just going to clear it out.
Yeah, man. I'm going to get like that with Fortnite.
You really are.
I probably shouldn't, though. Probably not good for me.
Hey, it's summertime. You got nothing better to do.
I have a lot of things better to do, but yeah.
With that attitude. It's
true. I just need to dedicate.
Yeah.
I watched some video. We need to wrap this up. It was like in my suggested on YouTube. I love my suggested on YouTube. Like, I hate the sub box. I think they should really fix the sub box and have it chronological, right? But I actually do like the home suggested area.
Yeah, home is great.
I just want my sub box too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only reason way I would go to home to browse YouTube is if I haven't watched what's in my sub box.
Yeah.
I don't watch half of what's in my sub box though. Maybe 1/4 of what's in my sub box. I should unsubscribe from a lot of channels, but I just want to support. But there was this video, and it was like how Ninja became like the biggest streamer ever, and it was like some interview with him. He's like, yeah, it was like I was 18 and I told my parents I'm gonna become a professional streamer and I'm gonna dedicate myself to video games. I'm just like, I don't know how you could ever say that to your parents.
Yeah.
And I get that, like, I'm not even making fun of it. Like, that just takes some serious guts to like tell your parents I'm gonna play video games for a living. Because I couldn't do that. It seems like in your head it seems like too much of it, but he did it.
Well, truthfully, I think you'd be a great streamer.
Yeah, I'd probably say some really offensive things on stream.
Yeah. But hey, there's a market for that.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rise Up After Dark. We will leave you with no motivation and no inspiration.
My motivation is, first, you don't succeed. It's about how hard you can get up.
That makes sense.
And just keep swinging. That's the right quote.